I'm Ryan Laughlin, and I'm here with Laura Olsen and Sarah Bingea, who played on the basketball team. You guys went to the NCAA tournament. Tell me, how's that experience for you guys?
It was an amazing experience. Just we weren't even sure if we were going to get in at first, so to get in was really exciting, and then winning our first game was fun too, and we had a bunch of fans there. It was a great atmosphere.
Now, you mentioned you weren't sure if you were going to go. You lost to Whitewater in the last game of the season, and what happened with you guys was sort of unknown. And then you were the last team. You said that you were announced. Where were you guys as a team, and how was that? Hearing that you were the last team.
We were all in the team room unless you had class, so we were all together, and they kind of set it up really weird, and it's kind of dramatic how they announce it, the selection, and we were the very last team displayed on the board, and there was kind of a pause as we all went down because there was only 8 teams left, and we didn't know if we were going to get in, and we all looked down, and then we were the very last team, and everyone just screamed. It was really exciting.
Very cool, very cool. And now the reason, or one of the reasons why you guys didn't know is because you lost to your rival Whitewater. And that was a game you were winning, I think, was it like 37 minutes out of the 40 minutes, and they took it from you at the end. Talk me through that game. What was that like? What went wrong? I don't know. Talk me through it.
Well, it was definitely frustrating to lose it in the last few minutes there. We had it won the whole game, and we felt like the momentum was going our way the whole time, and just key possessions at the end where we made turnovers and couldn't get stops at the end. And it was a horrible feeling knowing that we weren't sure if we were going to be able to keep playing or if our season was done.
But fortunately, you guys did make the tournament, and you said you won in the first round and then played the undefeated University of Chicago. But you played them tough. Talk me through that game. I know you guys had a lead. It was back and forth. What happened?
We jumped out to an 8-0 lead at the beginning of the game, and then they came back, and it was kind of back and forth from there. And then we had about a 5-minute gap or so right at the end of the first half where they took a 10-point lead going into halftime. But we knew that at halftime, we knew we could come back because we did it in the game against Point, the conference championship game. And so we just came out and came right back and pretty much on an 8-0 run. And it was a dogfight from there, and we were up by 1 with a minute and a half left, so it was right in our hands.
Now, you guys, 5 seniors are moving on. That's Laura Olsen, Ellen Plendel, Nicole Christensen, Callie Halama, and Jess Fragan. Talk about their contributions to this team, the organization, and what's going to be missed about them in the years to come.
Well, all 5 of them have made really big contributions to the team, and it was really hard at the end of that last game knowing that it was my last time I was ever going to play with them. I played with them the last 3 years, and we started out my freshman year, their sophomore year, we were 10-17, so we weren't very good at all. It was a rough season. Next year we were
15-11.
15-11, got a little bit better, and a lot of people didn't think that we were going to get to where we were, but we all worked hard in the off season, and it ended up being a great year this year, and I really think it was because we all stuck together and worked hard in the off season.
Laura, you played with them. You played your freshman year. Did they play their freshman year as well?
The 4 of us, Callie, Ellen, Jess, and I, all started out, and Nicole transferred in last year. And Nicole was a great addition to our class. It was just really nice to have her help.
So you played with most of them for 4 years.
Right.
Talk about what it's like now, being done, moving on. Is it a bittersweet? Is it more bitter? I don't know. Talk about the emotions in it.
It's definitely bittersweet. I don't know if it's completely sunk in yet. It hasn't even been a week yet. But it's something that you've worked for since you were in like 2nd, 3rd grade. And these girls that I've been playing with, and the juniors and underclassmen, we become a family. So it's not just basketball ending. It's kind of like moving on and not being around the team and not having that atmosphere every day is probably what will be the most different and most hard to move on from.
And I'm sure in the 4 years you've had some highlights. What about highlights in this season? What would you say is maybe it's the same, maybe it's different? What's your highest moment this year?
Well, I would say the best moment was last game of the regular season at home. We played Stevens Point, and we beat them to go on, and we won the season conference, and it was just an amazing experience because it was senior night. We had 1,700 fans there. The band was there. It was loud. It was just exciting, and it was the best experience I've ever had as a blue gold basketball player.
How about you for your highlight? Or
Absolutely, the same thing.
What about in the 4 years? Is there anything stick out to you?
I think we made the tournament as a freshman, but a lot of us didn't have the same roles. Ellen was really the only one of us that contributed on the court. Obviously we were a part of the team. But just like then the next year, we just kind of had growing pains, not a lot of experience back. And then getting to this point and working so hard for it, I just think that the whole journey of the 4 years has just been awesome because we knew that we could get back to this point, and we just had to work really hard for it.
Now, can we talk about Ellen for a second? How tall is Ellen?
6'5".
She's 6'5". She's the big man on the court.
Yes.
What's it like playing with her? Because she gets a lot of blocks. She's always throwing in the buckets down low. And is she kind of a more relaxed person, or is she more intense? Because when I see Callie play, it's easy to say that she's an intense person when she's playing, and I enjoy seeing that. What's Ellen like when she's playing?
Ellen is. There's not even a really good word to describe Ellen. I would say she's extremely relaxed and she's so humble. And if you ask Ellen who the best player on our team was, she would never hesitate and say Nicole or Callie or Sarah, someone else. She would never say it was her. She's just a force. She's 6'5", the tallest player probably in all the teams in the country. And she helps us out so much defensively. If we get beat, she's always there in the lane to help block shots. And offensively, she's dominating, and it's awesome playing with her. I'm so glad she was on our team. But you would never picture her as a dominating force on the basketball court, off the court.
Cool, very cool. And talk about, you said after you made the tournament your freshman year, the next year there was sort of growing pains. And now you've made the tournament again 4 years later, and you're a junior and a captain, right? Mm-hmm. What's the expectation for next year now?
Well, we don't want this to be a drop-off now. We lost a lot of seniors. They're going to be hard to replace, but I think if we work hard in the off-season, the girls that were here this year can come back and make an impact this next year, and hopefully we get some good freshman recruits coming in, too, with this good season that we had.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations to you guys on the fantastic year, and I hope that the next year goes well for you, and whatever's in the future for you, turns out well.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I'm Ryan Laughlin, and we will be going to a short commercial break before coming to Water Cooler.